We're back in session. Oh,
Now we are.
okay, we are officially back in session, so we can have the joint ditch hearing with Huron County. So, thank you, Commissioners, for being here.
Thank you.
And from here, we
I have a couple resolutions. They bring
Okay.
theirs with them. I have resolutions for the maintenance assessments for the collections in 2014 for the Seneca and Huron Joint County ditches maintained by the Seneca County Ditch Maintenance Program. For Martin Joint County, 15%, Bordner, Shank, 0%, and Landell 1%. And I have resolution for the maintenance assessments for 2014 for the Huron and Seneca Joint County ditches maintained by the Huron County Ditch Maintenance Program. And this is to help me with the names. Setchell Turner,
Satchel Turner?
0%, Stacklin Stockmaster, 0%, and Megason Creek, 10%. And that's what I have.
Does the motion need to be made by the
Since I
host?
read both of them, either one doesn't
Doesn't
matter, yeah.
Let me make a motion that we accept the resolution as outlined there.
Second.
okay. Motion a second. Any questions, comments? Anything? If not, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Zoller,
Yes.
Commissioner Stacy,
Yes.
Commissioner Wagner's absent, Commissioner Dunlap,
Yes?
Commissioner Heights,
Yes.
Commissioner Bauer.
Yes.
Approved.
We're going in recess?
Well, we got.
But one other, I didn't know if, one other order of business, I did get the opportunity to talk to Fred and explained a little bit. My name's Kerry Brickner, I'm manager of the Huron County Saltwater Conservation District. And in reviewing the Megason Creek project a few years ago, and then actually by notification of a landowner, it was discovered that several parcels over the past 10 to 15 years have been paying ditch maintenance assessments on land they no longer own, and the people that now own it were not. There was some splits that occurred that were performed and sent over, and somehow it just didn't get put into the Seneca County auditor system. Therefore, unfortunately, nobody caught this earlier. But it was brought to our attention about a year ago, last January, that one gentleman had overpaid quite a bit. In fact, he was paying for ditch maintenance on almost 200 acres that he no longer owned. And then realizing that, then we realized, well, these other splits never got recorded either, and a lot of them were a lot more minor. So we've had a joint board meeting here last year over in Huron County, and decided that there was some formula. Actually, our Seneca County prosecutor would be the lead on this. But what we're trying to do basically is pay, the idea is, let's see if we can rectify this and get this other guy that's owed money paid back. Okay, where's that money come from? The money just doesn't come out of the air. So there is a process within the ditch maintenance codes that allows you to do equalization assessments. And where there an error may be caught and there was actually people that are benefited, and you can go back and assess them. So we have worked on a formula, the county prosecutor, and there should be some copies around.
I think it's the second page on that.
Did everybody get a
Just
handout
got,
there?
yeah.
And those to Fred. There you go.
So what we're working towards is, the joint board agreed to, in general, to this formula here, and to consider doing the equalization assessments based on this spreadsheet there. I don't know what you're looking at here right now, but we can roughly explain that if you wanted. As far as the formula, it talks about situations where a person is owed and how that will be done, and people that owe and how that will be paid back. But we are, the prosecuting attorney feels we should only go back 6 years. And some of these have occurred before that. So some people that maybe have been overpaying for more than 10 years or better may only get about half back of what result. But on the other hand, you gotta look at the other people, it's like, how far are you gonna go back and make me pay? So the 6-year is a 6-year interval that we do the 6-year updates, and this is when this was caught, and we now have a big GIS map made of the whole entire watershed, and have corrected the mistakes. Aaron's done a good job, and it should be, it all is corrected in the Seneca County Auditor right now to move forward. So, this plan here, the Megason Creek, Seneca County Joint County District, a proposed plan under consideration by the joint board to address errors in past assessments. You can read down through that.
When we met in Norwich Township, and Jeff was there, and your assistant prosecutor was there. And it was that point in time, and your son and water people were there, along with all ours. And that's the point in time everybody got an agreement. Really, the important part was your assistant prosecutor and our assistant prosecutor were on the same page on how we handle this.
Good.
And so what we're working towards now is, and by law, everybody, obviously should have an opportunity for a hearing. And so, you might look at this as the joint board's proposal at this time, and now we're gonna have a hearing and hear evidence for and against what we are proposing. At that point, the joint board can take those comments into consideration and do what you want, There's no real interest figured in on any of this, so it's just balances based, and we appreciate T and Trish's help over here, helping us in there and putting this spreadsheet together, and hopefully the numbers balance out and all that. So, our stormwater district is willing to help out with, in a few cases where the amounts are so big that just allowing not to pay assessment would take way too long for them to get paid back. My board has agreed to set up an in and out fund, you might say. That's, instead of taking all this money out of the ditch maintenance fund and maybe reducing the amount they have to maintain the ditch with, we're willing to set up an in and out fund to pay a couple of the big amounts back and then get paid back over a period of time, so it's a less burden on that ditch, the particular ditch fund. Again, we've got it corrected for the future. We want to continue to keep it corrected and work real close with the Seneca Auditor and Soil and Water. And then should be a letter that would be the notice to this hearing. And I believe we need to choose a date and a time and a place for that hearing. And it's all, this hearing involves all Seneca County owners.
So with this letter signed, this will go to the people that need the letter, and then we'll proceed with the hearing. Probably in Norwich Township, what you're thinking of.
Well,
They haven't received notice yet. The
No,
people
no.
that gotta pay aren't aware that they gotta
Well,
pay yet. So it's gonna
They,
take.
they got a letter earlier this year letting them know, the people that weren't assessed, knowing that they will receive an assessment on this year's taxes, and I never got any calls with any concerns.
They're not aware that we're gonna do the equalization.
Right.
So they're just aware that, hey, you now have assessment you didn't have before, and we sent them a letter just out of courtesy so they'd know, they were gonna be getting an assessment. And then we did talk about the hearings being held later, so when they get this, they'll say, oh, okay, I gotta pay this money back now,
They're aware that they're gonna be assessed in the
We'll get it.
future.
I'll be-
They
I
don't
want
know
it-
they're gonna go
They don't know
the
they're-
rear
They don't know
this
yet.
meeting.
Yeah, oh, okay.
When they get this letter, they will.
Right, but I mean, they've been notified, and you haven't really gotten any opposition, is my point.
No, but we haven't notified them until they have to pay money back, just that they're starting to get a ditch maintenance assessment.
Correct. Yeah, they know that now they're gonna get a ditch maintenance assessment yearly or bi-yearly, but they don't know that they're gonna have to pay anything back yet. This is what
The
this
arrears,
letter
right.
and stuff is about.
And that's
That'll
what
be a
they,
fun meeting. We'll let you guys handle it.
well, and this is where, I try to do it in bad situations here. I mean, my name is on that letter for them to call, and we'll spend the time to answer questions. Anybody calls here, have them call Carrie at Soil and Water, because I'm gonna, and that's why, I wanna get this signed today and then get it out, hopefully, next week, because I want to study this so thoroughly that I'll be able to answer it, because everyone's a little different.
Right.
And I really want to be able to answer their questions and for their individual situation, so we'll try to keep the heat off as much as possible. But, some people aren't happy that they, the guy that's got the most, they're not happy that he's only getting about half back, but,
Yeah.
You're trying to right the wrong.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. You're trying to right the wrong as best as you can.
and it's just the best
At
we
least
can.
disruptive to everybody.
And you're about doing a halfway thing there, so that's almost,
I
that's
find it
equitable.
interesting that- And something went wrong, and I don't know who's over on that, but somebody paid 15 years on property they own, Yeah, that's hard to believe.
That's, yeah,
Everybody
That's
has a hard
just getting a
time
bill and
believing
writing a check without, I
Yeah.
don't understand.
yeah.
Yeah, I really, really wish one of those people would have just brought it to somebody's attention. We could have caught them all a long time ago.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I applaud you, you're trying to do the right thing.
Will you guys do the public notice, like in the newspaper and?
Yes, we'll have to get, that's another thing I want to
There.
get, right, because it follows us another section of the revised code as far as how that mailing will go out, and our office will take care of the mailing. Aaron's already got a mailing list of everybody involved, so we'll take care of
The
getting that
meeting
out.
will be in Huron or here.
Well,
From what I understand is
It's about the same.
majority
distance.
of the footage is in Seneca County, so it's a Seneca County.
All of it's
Everybody
in the-
that was affected is in Seneca County. So, and wherever, I mean, it's the same distance to each.
See, this is up Thompson Township, it's the northeast part of your
Norwich
county.
Township, which is a western township.
Well, could we not have it at their township hall there, which is closer to all the
I mean,
native
Thompson
residents?
Township, I
I
have
mean,
no
only
idea.
if you need for us or you guys, but look at the
Imagine
constituents.
Thompson Township as a whole, I think that's the township most of them are. Reed Township's got the one there on 160.
I said, I don't know your territory, but
Yours is pretty
You
good.
just want to do where?
I know
you
where
guys
it's
met
is Townsend
before?
west or Norwich?
We can do Norwich, or we can
Yeah.
do one of your townships, right?
Yeah, Norwich is good, and then Reed Township has a township house there, right on
don't think Denver is
162,
the
that's
best
not far
located
from
for
those people.
the majority of the
Actually-
people that's gonna
Yeah,
affect.
and actually, I'll bet you the Reed Township's no more than 10 miles from anybody that's on affected here.
We'll have to
but
get
if
clearance
you-
from, the township.
Yeah, I don't know,
trustees,
can you guys help us with that a
Or
little
somebody's
bit?
in Reed
Call the
Township or-
trustees
Yep.
and get it arranged?
Yep.
Okay, that'd be great.
Which township of ours they're in, you just know they're in Seneca County. Right?
Pardon?
You don't know which of
Which
ours,
township
are
are
some
they
of them
in?
Reed Township people?
I'm trying to think geographically here, I mean, it's north of, the area is north of 162, about right where 547 comes out there. So that, whether that's Thompson or Reed Township, I'm not sure, maybe.
We can look at the map on your wall.
Yeah, or if you want to pick whichever
If none of them
one,
are in
but-
Reed Township, I'm thinking
Yeah.
that makes sense, but if some of them are, whatever.
I think-
I'm thinking their place is maybe bigger than Thompson's, but I'm not real sure. You can't.
Yeah, because there's, what is there, about 20 on the mailing list? 18, 20, something
I
like
don't,
that.
whatever's on that
Yeah,
is, so.
A number of
I
different
don't-
ones, right.
Is it
So we have to
27,
look
I
at the
think, maybe
accommodations they
27?
have there to be able to,
Most of them are very
Support.
small.
Yeah.
yeah, most of them are very small.
Okay.
But
Yeah, we
we'll be
can-
the lead on that and we'll let you guys know and
okay. And then if we have to give 30 days notice, so I was, Cheryl and I were talking yesterday, and as far as a possible date here, we could get about next week, and I guess when I get to looking at late July there, I've got to be out of town the last week of July, the 29th.
First, the last week of
July
July.
22nd is our, our fair starts.
Okay.
Just the second weekend.
So I kind of was looking, boy, end of July is probably going to be pretty tough, so if we could get
Slip in there
into.
the week before the two fairs, between the two fairs.
Right,
First week
like-
in August.
what's your
Yeah.
upcoming
Is
fair?
yours the
Second week in August.
Second
fifth?
week in August.
August 5th?
There's
or
one
the-
week between the two.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
there you
we'll-
go, yeah.
Anytime in August.
The first week of
Yeah.
August
In
sounds
August,
like
they're
the
talking
best.
July.
Oh, I don't know if we can do it in July yet. if we-
They're talking first week August, right?
First week of
Yeah,
August?
just two-
Yeah. First week
Yeah, I'm
of
looking at
August.
July 1st. I don't know
I-
which date, July 1st,
No.
I'm sorry, August, I'm
August
sorry,
1st.
August 1st, August 8th would work at least for,
And let's do that.
August
First
8th won't
full
work
week.
for us.
First full week.
That's the second.
August 8th.
We meet on the first and the third Thursday.
Oh, that day.
So the first or the sixth will work for us.
The 6th would probably work for us, that's a work session and a board day, so we'll all,
The 6th.
everybody will
Yeah,
kind of be
yeah.
here.
Okay.
All right.
So what do we got, the 6th?
I mean, if that's okay with your
No,
guys'
that, absolutely.
everything
Yeah,
else.
that's fine.
6th?
That will delay the letter going out because it's no more than 30 days.
That's at least 30
Well,
days.
it's no more than 30 days.
Yeah, it's 23 to no more than 30 days for that letter to go out.
Okay, anyway, I'll get that.
What time do we
Have
want?
them ready to go.
Yeah, just know when to send it out.
Yeah, you can't
Set
send it out
ready to
until
go.
July
Yeah,
6th.
we'll get them ready.
Right.
That'll give you a little time too.
July 6th is when you send it out and that means the
Yeah,
30-day
get it set.
What
requirement
time
there.
do you guys wanna have that?
Send whatever legal time frame we need to, we'll do that.
I don't know,
And-
10.
Cause we have
Cheryl,
our
10,
work
10:30,
session at
11,
9:30 and
11.
board at 10.
What?
And as of
We have a
right-
work session 9:30 and a regular session at 10.
And as of right now, there's nothing
Wanna
else
do
scheduled
11
on
then?
that day.
Yeah.
Can make
Like-
How long will it take to get over
Yeah.
there?
About 11.
Yeah.
That would be.
Yeah, we got travel over there, because it
maybe
won't be
push-
here.
I
It'll
would think
be-
11:30 or noon.
Because I can always put on here not to schedule anything else, not to schedule any appointments to come in that day.
Yeah.
You wanna do 11:30?
Let's just do 11:30 would be for us. Does that work for you guys?
Yeah.
And we just need the place. We can go try to call them, see if I can get anybody to answer the phone.
Yeah. And he can probably look at that map and know if they're in Emery Township, if you look at.
Yeah, if I
she's got
get a
on her
county
phone.
map, I
Yep.
could tell.
If you know where they're at.
How's things going in Huron County?
Pretty quiet, pretty good.
Got more money than you know what to do with.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
wish. But at least solid.
We're in a similar situation here.
Now, the first part was right, we've got more money. Now, to know what we know to do it, no, that doesn't.
Everything is, the auditor says we're in great shape, we got all kinds of money.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was laughing when I read that article last night. I knew you'd get a chuckle out of it, Gary.
But it is solid. It was the largest county income tax or sales tax collection in years. But, you know, the one before was down some, but I was concerned about that because Walmart was whining in January and February.
Oh,
And the
really?
box stores were whining they weren't getting the traffic. Well, and it showed up in our income, our sales tax. But then what caused it to go up the next month? Probably people went out and spent. The weather got better and they went out and bought things. But in our case, it was crazy that car sales ought to be 25% in our case. They've been running 17, 18. They were 24 this time. Somehow people went out and bought cars in March. And then I'm not sure what will, if you have an opinion as a former sheriff, Tom, on how the sales
say,
tax
oh,
on,
the
the
car
sales tax on hard
factory-
liquor went up 9%.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. I liked his analogy, I guess, is as good as any.
So, but it's solid. It's all up in the last 2 years with 3.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're up, what, 3%?
Yeah.
I have that.
3%.
We're 4% over the auditor's estimate. So that's good.
It's always good to be on that side of the auditor's estimate.
Yeah.
And he's a real conservative
Right. Yeah.
estimator too. He's very conservative, so.
Okay, we decided where we're gonna,
I think Stace was gonna call
Yeah,
and
we-
see quick.
oh, okay.
They're trying to call Thompson Township, somebody from Thompson Township.
You have a beautiful facility here. Ours is all tore up today. Cheryl ordered a new carpet and got everything all.
I'm thinking twice about it.
Oh, so you wanted the new carpet? You didn't tell me that when you said it.
Everything's cleaned up. When you move everything.
Like our building, we own and operate our building over there, and then, you know, every time we talk about that, you know, all them square feet and all the file cabinets and carpet, I mean, painting it was enough, you know, moving
Yeah.
everything away from the wall, but the carpet would be a total disaster.
Disaster.
It is.
It's gonna have to get a lot worse than it is now, which I would consider it anyway.
I tile the walkways and keep the carpet work underneath the desk.
Well,
I don't know if they
yeah, you know
were-
what Dan
In this one
said.
before they renovated, or they renovated
Yeah.
it?
You know, that's where they're
Yeah, I
getting
think
warranties,
they were,
they arrange the office.
Yeah, they walk around.
Before any of this.
She used to do that.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, she
Holly,
used
or
it before my time, 'cause she never did
Stacy
one.
and Tanya might help with some of the
You read it.
renovations, because they had podiums.
They
They were still down at 80 Jefferson when they first
Under
started.
Gary.
They did a nice job here.
Yeah.
This,
You want a motion on these? Just need to sign.
do I get everything signed here?
Yes. Yep.
You guys have, do you guys run an airport?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, my son.
Pardon?
This
How
was,
how does yours, how does yours,
This was
is it a good,
profitable.
good fun?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Airport.
do
Uh,
really well.
Our operator, Newman's do very good. They, always looking, you know, to get additional resources in. It's an asset to the community. It does bring some business. A lot of corporate people do come in through that, so it's been a big plus for us.
Do you operate it, or do you have an airport authority?
We have an operator, an independent operator, under agreement that operated for 30 years, 40 years.
Yeah. $1 a year.
Dwight, $1 a year is what it is, yeah. Dwight started, I think they took over about 65, 67. Keeps in the same family. They've got a tremendous FBO out there, and Holly and I were out,
Yeah.
seeing the facility. They got a prop shop, and they employ 30-some people out
Yeah,
there.
they make props.
Totally different.
They make props.
Yeah, I mean,
Totally different than what
they,
we do.
matter of fact, I happen to be neighbors to them, and they're very enterprising, and got a great organization. I think you guys, did you eliminate Huron County?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Sounds like they're ready to give it away.
I've offered it to Erie County, they won't take it.
Yeah, matter of fact, I think I said, we were at that meeting up to the hospital in Bellevue. Were you, one of you guys there that said that if you wanted an airport and there was some funds you had?
That was Carl, Essex.
That was Carl, that's right.
He's not
Okay,
here.
because matter of fact, I called our operator and I said, hey, if you want to look to see if there's some funds available, that may be an option for you, and I think he followed up on it.
I think Ottawa was gonna jump on that too. I didn't ask Jim last week, but Ottawa was gonna jump on that.
Were they? We've been very fortunate. Wyandotte hasn't used their funds in previous years that they could use it over to Seneca County, but I understand that's coming to an end
That's
though.
what they say.
They didn't do their five-year plan or so they.
Their master plan.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got this figured out?
Thompson doesn't have a townhouse big enough to hold 25 people, so she was gonna check to see if there was any other buildings they could think of, but she didn't know any offhand, so we'll have to think of another.
Or we go to Norwich. You said, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Your township is Norwich right there.
It's fine.
We
Is that
can do
big enough
that.
to
It's not huge.
Hold everything.
It'll handle it.
It'll handle it.
Yeah.
It's not huge.
Yeah.
Everybody would show up, it'd be full, but I
Yeah.
don't think everybody would show up.
I don't think you're gonna give them a
I think
handful
once
of
they
it.
have 2,000 some
So
odd.
the address of it, I mean,
I think most of it,
And
these
they're
guys have
letting
already got
ones that-
handled.
Should be on there.
They're letting the ones that,
Yeah.
yeah, it'll need to be on there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Didn't add up too much,
How we gonna
put it against their other.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
You just put like a little.
Yeah, to get to Norwich,
Like a business card or something.
162,
Right.
Northern Huron County does this. When it does, the second one, you go straight, it's just 1,500 feet.
Oh, okay.
Do you have the address
Section 930.
to put on? Do we have to put the address on the resolution?
I don't know that actual address.
I can look it up.
You know,
But at that point where 162 goes north, north and south, that is
I
section
had it in the
930.
letter, then I took it out.
Yeah, it's not,
You know where it's at, don't you, Harley?
Yeah. Yeah.
it's only probably, once you get out of town, 15 minutes.
I couldn't think of this jog at 162, but when you said section 930, I'm like, okay, I've seen that.
If you go to 162 where it turns right, goes south, and don't take the jog back to the east,
Yeah.
just keep going straight, it's just up there on the right.
Okay.
Good
All
deal.
right. No, we need these signed, right, Cheryl?
Do we need to,
Yes.
do we need to vote on it or anything? Well, we don't have to vote on,
Cheryl says.
okay, all right.
We need to sign, we all need to sign them, right,
Sign
Karen?
the letter.
Yeah.
There's
Somebody's
one-
got-
there's
somebody's got
one
an original?
letter.
Yes, Stacy has it.
You
Original.
have it, okay.
Yep, just have to fill in
If you want to
the,
write in the time,
yep,
place,
All right.
August 6th.
date.
August 6th here on, no, this is the
The
time.
6th,
What's the time?
we did
11:30.
11:30.
Well, we thought we could attach a little piece of paper with the address and maybe even directions to that place. And then attach it separate, so we don't have to alter that, you know.
Is it just the Norwich Township
talking,
House?
Dick?
Is that what it's
Town
called?
hall.
Not
Town
on
hall?
this date yet, but she
Township
says
Town Hall.
firm it.
He always tells me, just let me know.
Right. I don't think I have them all these
Put Norwich, Norwich.
Yep. Norwich Township Hall.
That's good enough.
Yep.
It's a quaint little building, kind of cool.
Was there a township building on 162? Did we just go, when we always go by?
Reed,
Is
Yeah, that's
Reed?
the Reed Township, a little one.
that would be Reed,
That would be Reed.
yeah. That's a little one.
I always get kicked at least still got
Yeah. Was it for a meeting in February and they didn't have any heat?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Ooh.
And they didn't know until they got there either. He was like,
Blue
oh.
Township didn't have any heat in theirs until just this winter.
Now, we had that last hearing at 1:30, right?
Yep. Yes, Crawford. County.
Crawford County, yeah.
I have a.
Is that it, Cheryl? Have a motion adjourned?
So moved.
Second.
There we go.
Adjourned?
Roll call or no?
Easy.